Good morning, Tyrone.
Good morning.
Tyrone, what can you offer us that other candidates cannot?
I think my biggest thing is my ability to lead. I've always thought to myself, I've always been a leader. I like taking charge of situations, whether I'm not a manager or I am a manager. So I just like getting in there and getting my hands dirty. I'm not the type of guy that would sit at the desk and answer phones. I like to actually go out and see what I'm doing.
You're a go-getter.
Exactly.
Good. And what are your strengths?
Leadership is one. Two, at least I try to get along with everybody, whether it's from my coworkers to upper management to the big boss or what have you. Another one would be I'm pretty much a workaholic. I love to work.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. I don't know I might get it from my parents because they were workaholics too. They're retired now, so maybe I get it from them. But that's another thing.
Well, that's a plus. Most employers would like that.
Yeah.
How successful have you been so far?
I've managed to work my way up in my current position to site manager for a building. That's pretty much the highest I've gone so far. So being a manager is what I've always wanted to be, or at least to manage something. So to that point, I've been successful. I'd like to go a little bit more in terms of like running a bigger corporation or something like that. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And what are your limitations, your biggest mistakes, and that's provided you have some?
Too nice of a guy.
Okay.
Most of the times. I try to be considerate to others, especially in my line of work now. I have to try to be considerate to others, but there are times that I can't because I have rules and regulations and laws to follow in my current job right now. Second thing, I don't know if you consider it a limitation or not, it would probably be more of a plus as well, as I'm also a workaholic too, as I've already stated. Sort of cuts into my personal life, and there are times where I've stayed late because of emergency situations, which I should be there. I don't have to be there, but I should be there anyways.
Yeah.
Because I deal with people's homes or people's apartments, so it's good for me to have my presence there to let them know. And I've only been there in that particular building for 9 months, but I was with the same company for 2.5 years.
Okay.
And they're still getting to know me.
Okay.
Because the previous manager, he's now my boss.
Oh, okay.
Right? And he runs for the building, so.
But I think you're right. That's a plus. A lot of employers would look on that as a plus, at least for them. Maybe not for your personal life, but it's a plus for them. How long would it take you to make a meaningful contribution to our firm?
I like to get right into it. So, if I would say 2-3 months at the most, definitely. I like to in the customer service where I learned it's good to make an impact almost when you first walk in, like maybe the first week.
Yes. Well, that's pretty quick turnaround. Can you give me a situation in which you had to work under pressure or meet a deadline?
Currently, right now, while trying to deal with a building that's crumbling, trying to deal with tenants who have a lot of complaints, and also dealing with life safety stuff as well, fire safety and what have you. But in terms of that situation, there's numerous times where we've had leaks in buildings, and especially it's like past, my quitting time could be 4 or 5 o'clock or whatever, and I've stayed behind to make sure that the work is done, or at least some sort of solutions has happened, and then the next day I can deal with it. But I think one situation that I dealt with, and this is the building I was at before, we had a tenant that was schizophrenic.
Oh, okay.
And he walked into my office and he had a knife and he started stabbing one of my employees.
Oh.
We pushed the guy out, but I stayed there till about, my usual time is on 5. I stayed there till about 7 to make sure he was okay, the ambulance was there, and did a police report and all that stuff and whatever.
Well, I'd say that's a lot of pressure for sure.
Yeah.
Finally, Tyrone, when would you be able to start?
I would have to give my employer 2 weeks.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I want to make sure that they can find somebody I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have a problem, but I want to be fair to them to make sure that, I'm not just running out on them.
Well, that's quite honorable.
Yeah.
Well, Tyrone, thank you very much for your time, and best of luck in your search.
Thank you very much.